students, welcome back to the video series of Python programming. I am your instructor Shweta Yagnik, and today we are going to continue with the topic dictionary data structure, which we have seen in our last session. The topics that we are going to cover today are dictionary methods and function. Then we will see iterating over a dictionary, and lastly we are going to cover dictionary comprehension. So without wasting much time, let's begin. So the methods that we are going to see today are the pop method of dictionary, which will remove and returns the element from a dictionary having given key. But if the key is not present, then default value will be returned. But if the given key is not present and if you have not specified the default, then it will raise an error. So we will see practically how it is working. Then next method that we are going to see is pop item. Remove and returns an arbitrary item from a key because from the dictionary, because dictionary is an unordered collection of key value pair, right? So it will not be return a specific value, it will return arbitrary item from the given dictionary. So it raises key error if the dictionary is empty. Next method that we are going to see is set default. If the key is in dictionary, then return its value, but if the key is not present, then insert the key with the given default value. Next method that we are going to see is update. Now dictionary is mutable, so that once we have declared the dictionary, we can update it. So this method update will help us to modify our existing dictionary. So now we will see practically how to use these functions of a dictionary. Now we will explore pop method of a dictionary. Here we are having a dictionary called car, which is having these key value pair. Okay, so now this is my element which will be returned from the pop, and if I specified the valid key, suppose age, it will return its corresponding value. So I have made a mistake, I have not specified the dictionary name, so car dot, so that is how it has to be used. Now element will be returned 25, which is the value of the given key. But if I try with the name with the key which is not specified, it is going to give me the key error. But if I specify the optional parameter, that is optional parameter of pop, that is not found, in case if key is not found, then it will not raise an error, but it is going to return the default. So this is how pop can be used. Next we will see pop item method, which will return arbitrary item from the dictionary. So D is equal to pop item, sorry, I need to use the name of the dictionary, then pop item. So D is having any arbitrary key value pair, but if my dictionary is null, that means D is equal to, suppose D1 is a dictionary which is empty dictionary. Now if I use D is equal to D1, which is my dictionary which is empty, dot pop item, that means I want to extract or pop item from the empty dictionary, it is going to give me error. So yes, it is giving me traceback error. So this is how pop item can be used. Now we will see set default method. So my dictionary is having these keys and value pair. Now if I use D is equal to set default, it will return the specified keys value if it is existing within dictionary. Otherwise it will update the dictionary with the given key value pair. So right now I am specifying the key which is existing. Okay, so right now, okay, I am supposed to use the dictionary name, that is car. Okay, so D is having the value corresponding to name. But now if I specify the dictionary, if I specify the key which is not present or name 2, and the default value which I want to initialize my key with is x, y and z. Now let us see, D is having x, y, z and my dictionary is updated with the new key which is name 2 with the given value. But if the key is not present, that is name 3, and if you have not specified the corresponding value, then let us see how it is working. So it will specify, it will initialize with the none. So that is how the set default will be working. Now we will see how update method is working with dictionary. So car dot update, and I'll specify a new key and pair value. So I'm having subject 2 which is not present currently in the dictionary, and corresponding value is Java. Okay, now let us see whether car has got updated or not. Yes, so car is updated with the new key and value pair which we have updated. Now we will see some more dictionary functions. Those are all. Returns true if all the keys of a dictionary is true, otherwise it will return false, and if the dictionary is empty, it is going to return true. Now next operation is any. If any of the dictionary key is true, it is going to return true. Next is length method, which will return the length of the dictionary. Then we are going to see sorted, which will return a new sorted list of keys in a dictionary, and key and reverse are optional parameter. Now we will see practically how to use these functions. Now we will see all function, which will return true if the keys, all keys of a dictionary is true. So we will see with this dictionary S, which is having two key pair values 0 and 1. So if I use all, it is going to give me false because the key 0, digital 0 is considered as false. But if I specify instead of digital 0, if I specify over here string, and if I check, it will give me true because string 0 is considered as true. Now if I check with the, if I update over here, the value is any non-zero value, suppose 10, and now if I explore, it is going to give me true because any non-zero value is considered as true. So in case of any empty dictionary, it will give me true. So that's how all will be returning value. If any of the key is found 0, then it will return false. Now we will explore any function of the dictionary. So it will return true if any of the key of the given dictionary is true. So here any S, it is going to give me true because both the keys are non-zero and that is considered as true. But now if I modify over here 0, which will be considered as false if I use all. But right now I am exploring any function. So let us see how it is behaving. Now all, sorry, I have to use any S. Now it is going to give me true because 0 is considered as false, but one key is non-zero value which is true. So if any of the key is true, it will give me true. So in case of empty dictionary, which is D, and if I specify any D, it is going to give me false. Now we will see the length function, which will return the length of the given dictionary. So length of S, which is having two key pair values, so it is going to give me 2. Now if I check the length of empty dictionary, it is giving me 0. Now we will see sorted function, which will return a sorted list of keys of a given dictionary. Here we are having dictionary names, which is having following key and value pairs. Now L is the list which is returned by sorted function. and I'm going to pass names dictionary. So L is a list of sorted keys of a given dictionary. Now if I pass dot keys and if I explore L, it is going to give me same result, because dot keys will extract all the keys and sorted function will sort it. Now if I use, instead of keys, values, it will extract the values of a given dictionary and then it will be sorted. So now L will be having all the values in sorted fashion. Now if I use, instead of values, items, which will return key and value pairs as a tuple. So now my L is a list of tuples, and if I want to extract individually item X, Y in L, print X, Y. So it is going to give me the keys and value in sorted order, but it will be sorted in terms of keys. But now if I want to sort in order of the values, then I'm supposed to specify items, then key equal to lambda, then X equal to X0. That means I want to sort in terms of keys. Okay, if I specify X of 1, that means I want to sort in terms of my values. So reverse equal to true. These two are optional parameters. Okay, so I want to sort in by the keys, but in reverse order or in descending order. That is what the meaning of this sentence. So here I have made some mistake. So I need to make a correction over here. Instead of equal to, yes. So now L is like this, and if I want to have it, if I want to extract individual element, I can do it like this. Print X and Y. So this will be sorted in terms of keys. Okay, so the keys in reverse order, it is sorting. Now if I want to sort in form of with respect to the values, then I am supposed to write over here X of 1. So the key will be now my value, based on which sorting will be performed. Now again, if I want to display so it has sorted in reverse order, right? So that is how sorted can be used. So now we will see how to iterate over a dictionary. When we iterate through a dictionary, it will return a key. So in a given example, my dic is a dictionary which is having 1, 2 and 3 are keys and corresponding values are given. So for X in my dic, so X will represent a key one by one when we iterate over a dictionary. So first it will have value 1, then in next iteration it will have value 2, and in last iteration it will be having value 3. And if I want to extract the corresponding value of the key, then in square bracket I can specify the key. So that is how we can extract the key and value. So now we will see dictionary comprehension. So it's an elegant and concise way to create a new dictionary from the iterable. So it consists of an expression. Okay, as we have seen, in curly brackets we can specify key, then colon, then value for the given key, and that can be calculated in the iterable. So in example we can see that squares will be our new dictionary and X is the key and x multiplied by x. That means how we want to have the value for the given key. So for the given sequence, that is given iterable, over here the list is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So if I print my dictionary, it will give me the value. For the key 1, it will give me x square, that means 1 square which is 1, 2 square which is 4 and onwards. Now we can add conditional in order to customize our dictionary. So if with the help of if, we can add conditionals. So we'll see practically how to use this dictionary comprehension. Dic as So now let us explore how to use dictionary comprehension. Here I am giving name dictionary as dic, and in curly brackets I am specifying dictionary comprehension. X is my key and the value for x which I want in my dictionary is x square. For x in, over here I need to specify iterable. Here I am specifying a list. Okay. So let us see what dic is having. It is a dictionary having keys from the given list and value as we have specified in our expression. So instead of using this list, I can specify range function also. So here I'll be generating numbers from 0 to 10. So let us see how dictionary is having values. So this is how all the values, key value pair will be incorporated. Now if I want to use conditionals in my dictionary comprehension, I can specify if conditions. If x modulo 2 equal to 1. That means I want squares of a number from range 0 to 10, but only if the key is odd number. Right? So now let us check. So yes, my dictionary is containing the squares of the key which is having odd value from the range 0 to 10. So I hope you have understood how to use dictionary comprehension.